From devastating wildfires in California to the frozen Arctic, scientists say there may be a link.
Ice is disappearing from the Arctic Ocean, it's disappearing from Greenland, and this is reshaping climate patterns all across the planet.
There's large-scale warming of the Arctic and the increasing loss of sea ice. A new simulation that only looks at sea ice in the next 2 decades shows a pressure ridge pushing the winter air masses north into Alaska and Canada, which impacts California, says atmospheric scientist Ivana Sijanovic in a Skype interview.
And we saw quite substantial drying of California. So due to sea ice alone, we saw 10 to 15% decrease in precipitation over a 20-year period.
You can see the red colors here show where Greenland has lost mass.
Looking at ice, and more specifically glaciers, has been Josh Willis's job lately. On a recent mission to Greenland to see how much oceans are eating away at the ice, what he found has global implications.
Warm water is widespread across the Greenland shelf, and it is very much a major threat to the glaciers. The thing we really don't know is how fast is Greenland's ice going to disappear. If it takes 1,000 years or 2,000 years, then we can probably adapt. But if it happens in a few hundred, we should already be evacuating cities around the world.
What Willis and other scientists can't predict is the climate in regions of the world such as the American Southwest.
We will probably see drier conditions in the long run in the second half of the 20th century in the Southwest. And that means we're going to struggle with water needs and also fire and all the issues that carries with it.
Dry conditions plus a growing population equals more wildfires and costly devastation.
We are in Southern California, and a lot of the fires we find that happen right where people intersect with the wildland happen because of people.
Fire expert Natasha Stavros expects environmental changes as the weather evolves.
As we experience climate changes and things become hotter and drier, fire acts as kind of like an eraser, right? It erases the landscape and it actually allows new ecosystems to establish because they don't have to compete with what was there.
The American Southwest is not the only place where change is predicted.
As the atmosphere heats up, it becomes a better pipe for carrying water, for picking it up in one place and dumping it in another. This means that dry places are likely to get drier and wet places are likely to get wetter. It also means that bigger, more torrential downpours become more likely.
Willis predicts in the future the world will have more severe floods and droughts, but where they will be happening may change over time. Elizabeth Lee, VOA News, Los Angeles.